Hi, I'm Emily Gera with Polygon, and we're here with Josh Mosqueira, who's the game director of the new Diablo III Expansion, Reaper of Souls, newly announced.
Yes.
So I want to talk a bit about what you think the definite differences between DLC and expansions are.
That's a good question. So at Blizzard, we have this long tradition of what we call expansion packs, right? And these are fully featured sort of additions to the game. And for Diablo, that usually means a brand new act. So we have this great new act that sort of tells the story of Malthael, the fallen angel of wisdom, who has come to the world of Sanctuary to try to end the eternal conflict by essentially killing all the mortals who he sees as half demons. So that's his way of ending the eternal conflict. But it also, for Diablo, means a brand new class. So we're introducing the Crusader, who's your knight, not in shining, but in battle-scarred armor. And he has a great skills, but more importantly, he really sort of fulfills that fantasy of the knight in heavy armor, with the shield as his weapon and flails. And he has this great ability to attack targets up close, but also deals targets at long range as well.
Where did the idea initiate?
For Reaper of Souls?
Yeah.
We had this great so obviously you finish Diablo 3, you defeat the Diablo in its most powerful incarnation, and we thought, where can we take the Diablo series forward? And we thought from Diablo 1 to Diablo 2 to Diablo 3, you're always facing the primevals. So we thought it'd be a really interesting twist to actually allow you to fight against the other side. And that's when the whole idea of going up against Malthael, who's a fallen angel of wisdom, has also become the angel of death. It's a really great opportunity to tell a different side of the story, but also focus on a more gothic, more darker chapter in the Diablo story.
I feel very much like this could lead on to future games, that this is just laying out the foundation for something to come.
Well, that's, I think, one of the big goals for us for this expansion for Reaper of Souls is, to really take that awesome foundation that Diablo 3, when it came out, sort of established. We really want to sort of push it forward, not just in terms of the story, but also in terms of the gameplay, which is why we've really been focusing on two key areas: making sure that our loot is better. So we have this whole thing we're calling Loot 2.0, but it's basically about dropping less, better, and more epic items. But we also rethinking what the end game means. And one of our sort of core tenets is we want to have an end game for everyone. So we want to make sure that whether you've played 120 hours, 1,000 hours of D3, or you just played the game once and beaten Diablo, there's always something cool for you to jump into.
What do you think the fan reaction to this is after the initial launch of Diablo 3?
I think what we've seen so far here at Gamescom, I think speaks volumes. I think people are really excited to see us really establish, going back to our heritage in terms of a more gothic setting. People are loving Malthael. I think it's really cool, new, interesting sort of villain to the Diablo series. And again, at the end of the day, it's about how the gameplay feels. And the Crusader is a great class to play. You can seamlessly transition from short range to long range. But again, the promise of the changes they're doing to loot, the new features such as loot runs, which are essentially micro dungeons that you can play in 15 to 20 minutes, that are fully randomized. I think all these changes really are establishing sort of the long-term legacy of Diablo 3.
So we keep talking about the gothic look. Do you think that that's a direct response to the initial design choices of Diablo 3, which a lot of people said were cartoony in nature?
No, at the heart, even D3 has a lot of gothic elements to it. You sort of, going through dark cathedrals. You're fighting the butcher in the catacombs of King Leoric's castle. So it's not necessarily a reaction to that. We thought we saw a great opportunity, especially with Malthael, right? The angel of death. They naturally it evokes images of haunted cities, the dead coming up from the grave, and we really saw this great opportunity to. We're introducing a new villain, we have a new setting in Westmarch, so these two things combined, and it felt like a sort of great way to celebrate the gothic heritage of Diablo.
So is this going to be coming to the PS3 console version?
That's a good question. Our philosophy has always been, we work on one project at a time. Mm-hmm. So we got Diablo 3 on PC, awesome, we released it, then a small team splintered off to work on Diablo for the current consoles. Now the team's really focused on Reaper Souls for PC. So if you look at the past, you can probably infer what the future might bring. But we don't have any announcements at this moment.
Right. Well, thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.